You bet rolls on.
Shut your mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you're watching this, man, let's just assume poor. My name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. I am the holder of the most important championship in all of professional wrestling, the AEW World Title, and I'm better than you, and you know it. How you doing, pal?
I'm doing great. Nick Kostos here, and I will say this. I have a pretty high opinion of myself. MJF is better than me, and I have to be honest with you. I do know it. Thank you for joining me. Happy Super Bowl week, my man.
Yes, absolutely. Very excited. Going to eat some guac. Going to eat some, wings. We're going to have a good time.
I am a huge AEW fan, and I actually said to a bunch of people today, I want MJF to really insult me.
Sure.
Because I just, it's like a career
it was
thing,
going
man.
to happen, regardless.
So how about this? What would you're looking?
Well, it looks like you're wearing a toupee on top of your head.
No, come on, that's not true.
That.
I got to wear a headset, man.
It's like rat hair. I don't know what's going on.
No, that I can't tolerate. Anything else?
That hair is higher than a giraffe's. I don't know. I don't understand what's happening here. By the way, should I not curse on your show?
We'll bleep that out.
Fantastic.
Probably not. That's it.
All right, that's the first and the last one, baby.
All right. Oh man, that is awesome. So MJF is the AEW champion. We'll talk about AEW.
Very
Dynamite,
handsome. Yes.
AEW. He is handsome.
Yes, very handsome.
You kind of brought back the Burberry scarf too.
For sure did. Yeah. I'm not going to say it was a dead brand, but it was definitely a wealthy, affluent brand that people were sleeping on. I've always loved it. And when I had the opportunity to show the world, A, how rich I am, it's very important to me. And B, what style is. I'm sick and tired watching kids these days. They're rocking, really these baggy suits. I like to be fit. I like to look nice and tight. My Burberry scarf, a 3-piece suit, my bling, my Dynamite diamond ring. Right here, I have a beautiful watch that costs probably more than your house.
It's a beautiful Breitling watch, man.
I dress well. I dress well.
You do, and you're bringing back the Burberry scarf. So we'll talk about Dynamite. We'll talk about Collision. You are, for people that don't know, and I'm guessing the vast majority of the audience does, I think, and I'm a pro wrestling lifelong fan, one of the best promo guys in the history of the business.
Yeah, for sure.
And honestly, there really is no question about it. I'd love to know kind of like what your process is when you're going on to Dynamite, you're doing, and I'll say this also, I think what's interesting about you and your style, for someone who's watched wrestling for a long time, you'll have some guy like Triple H back in the day would come out and he would say something and pause for 10 seconds and grunt and then get back into it. You go straight, boom, 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 staccato style. No one does that. You do it for 15 minutes straight with no notes, with people jeering at you. We saw it on Dynamite on Wednesday night, and you never lose it. You always keep going. You never lose focus. How do you do that? What's the process behind it?
I was born to do this, and I'm also such a student of the game. And you find your voice. And I found my voice at when I go through that curtain, I'm just being me. There are other guys, when they find out that they're going to have to face me in any capacity, it's not fun for them, right? There's no way to prepare for me. It's no different than trying to prepare for Mike Tyson in a boxing match. All you can really do is just hope and pray to God you don't get absolutely, manhandled.
But that is what happens sometimes.
Pretty much every time.
And look, like you can't hold back. Like you have to do what you're doing.
No, and I resent people that feel I should. A lot of the time, there's this weird thing in professional wrestling where fans feel like, oh, you need to protect certain wrestling. No. I firmly believe that if you're supposed to be at the pinnacle of this sport, if you want to be a part of All Elite Wrestling, if you want to be a part of the best professional wrestling company in the world, if you can't talk and if you can't hang with me, why is that my problem? My job is not to get you over. My job is to get me over. My job is to get 3 letters over. Right here, MJF. The other job is to get another 3 letters over, AEW. My job ain't to get over Hangman Adam Page, Swerve Strickland, Moxley. I couldn't give less of a crap. It's about me. I'm the show. I'm the face of the company. If you want to step up to the plate and go blow for blow with Daddy verbally, you better come prepared, because if you don't, I'm going to swallow you.
One out of those 3 guys, the guy that I think would probably hang the best with you would be Swerve.
Swerve.
You agree with that?
You know what? Swerve is very interesting. I absolutely verbally decimated him in Manchester. I'm sure you saw it.
But I think Swerve is awesome, but I understand what you're saying as well.
I literally verbally bent him over. Now, am I saying that on any given night that's what's going to happen? Not necessarily. Swerve is a very intelligent linguist. Swerve can talk, but he's no MJF. And frankly, that's no slight on Swerve, because who is?
Who is your all-time favorite promo artist
Roddy
in
Piper.
wrestling?
Roddy Piper. And you know what? A lot of people feel like I'm kind of an amalgamation of a Piper and a Flair. To me, though, a lot of inspiration comes from Piper. But what I don't do is what most hacks do in my industry is when somebody's inspired by somebody, they'll just copy them. I don't believe in that. So I'm under the school and the umbrella of Roddy Piper, but I'm not going to come out in a kilt. My finishing maneuver is not going to be a sleeper. I'm not going to start talking like this, brother.
You could.
And I could.
You got the fire extinguisher,
of
like WrestleMania 5?
Yes. But there are things that you can pull and make your own. And so from that standpoint, my answer is definitely Piper.
I think one of the things that I would love to like compliment you on, when you come out, right, and I've watched enough promos of yours in AEW, right, Dynamite's, Collisions, etc. You have an ability, right, and this is kind of Piper-esque, right, where you can come out as, like, just to use a wrestling parlance, right, the heel, the bad guy.
Yes.
And with one or two sentences, you have the crowd eating out of the palm of your hand and you're the baby face. And you'll take it throughout the entire promo and the crowd is cheering you to set it up. And I'm maybe this is what you think, that you can deliver the blow. Like, no,
just
actually,
cuts their entirely off.
And it's amazing.
Cathartic.
Is that the biggest thrill that you get in the ring?
It's the biggest thrill in the world. You know, when I was telling I'll give a very specific, for instance, when I came back, I don't know if you saw the Better Than Moses promo. But, you know, I went out there in front of Buffalo and I said, you know, I'm not saying I'm going to save this company. Yes, I am, actually. I'm thinking of a man whose name starts with an M who brought his people to the promised land. I'm not saying I'm Moses. I'm better than Moses. And the crowd's so happy and excited. We're in Buffalo. And then I went psych and I pulled my Buffalo Bills jersey off and I spat on it and I wiped my tush with it and I threw it. And they went from loving me to hating me. And I just I call it emotional puppeteering.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel I'm a master of it, and I have a lot of fun doing it.
You did it on Long Island, right?
I did.
And
absolutely.
And I'm not from Long Island, but I went to high school. My mom and me too. Man.
Yeah. Most magical place in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I'm a Queens guy.
Queens,
New York.
You look like a queen, my friend.
Like I'm from Queens, New York, or no?
No.
Just a queen, period.
Just a queen, period.
Oh, man. MJF is absolutely the best. AEW World Heavyweight Champion here with us on You Better You Bet on Westwood One Sports. So I hate to say it, but on Dynamite on Wednesday night, took an L against Brody King, and you've got a championship match against Brody King coming up, right?
Yes. Next Saturday, Australia, Grand Slam. And look, flukes happen. They happen all the time in sports. The man, not only did he get lucky, but if we're being honest, Brody King cheated. And allow me to explain why. There's a crooked cowboy named Hangman Adam Page. The bell rings. I'm about to annihilate Brody King. I mean, if you know me, you know that guy didn't stand a chance. He's a chihuahua in comparison to me. I'm a pit bull. And then Hangman Adam Page comes out. I get distracted. And Brody King, like the gutless coward that he is, he takes advantage of the situation. Absolutely unreal. Well, here's what I can assure you. Hangman Adam Page is going to have his hands full at Grand Slam Australia because he has to face Andrade El Idolo, who I also hate, to be honest. And whoever wins that match.
Who beat Kenny Omega.
Who beat Kenny Omega, beat Swerve Strickland.
I know what I'm talking about.
I know you know what you're talking about. You don't know how to do your hair, but you know what you're talking about.
I got to wear a headset, man. Yeah, that's the reason.
Brutal. And, you know, so he has his hands full that night. He's not going to be able to interrupt my main event matchup. And with Brody King not being able to have my eye taken off the ball, there's just no reality where he leaves Grand Slam Australia with my coveted AEW World Championship.
So I'm a huge AEW fan. I love pro wrestling. And for everyone out there, if you're a pro wrestling fan, I'm sure that they know about it. I'm sure they check it out. But Dynamite and Collision have to be must-watch for any fan of pro wrestling. It's
must-watch television. We're on AEW Dynamite, 8 p.m. EST. We're on HBO Max streaming, and we are on TBS. When we're talking about Saturday Night Collision, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, TNT, and we're on streaming HBO Max. And the thing is, folks, if you're going, I don't watch professional wrestling or I only watch WWE, that's fine. You're an idiot, but that's fine.
I agree with that.
Give us a shot. What are you waiting for? You're listening to me. I'm witty. I'm pretty. I'm smart. I'm handsome. I'm humble. There's no reason not to watch my product, not to watch me defend my beautiful big Burberry belt, and not to love and fall in love with AEW All Elite Professional Wrestling.
And that was what I'll say this. You can if you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm always going to watch WWE. I grew up watching it.
Why not?
I'm sure you did also.
You can watch both.
That's what I'm saying.
People don't seem to understand
That's what I'm saying. I do watch both. And what I would say is,
I do.
Look, like, WWE kind of in a creative rut right now. Like Punk, I think Reigns will be an awesome WrestleMania.
Yeah, you said it, not me.
But listen, I think AEW is awesome. The wrestling is fantastic. The storylines are great. I want to tell you about a storyline that you were a part of recently that I loved.
Storyline.
Or what you did on the show.
I got it.
Your work with the Hurt Syndicate.
Yes.
Was laugh out loud funny.
Sure.
And like built to an unbelievable payoff. And it was one of those where, look, I turn 43 later this year, right? And I always say to people that pro wrestling is Shakespeare.
Yes.
When it reaches a certain point, right? When you suspend your disbelief and it is the greatest art form out there. So I'm watching every single week and is this the week that it's going to happen?
Yeah.
And you would get to the thumbs up, the thumbs down part, right? And when it didn't happen, I have chills right now in the moment thinking about it because is this when it's going to happen? And you lose focus of everything and you become like a kid in that moment and you mark out.
Yes.
Did you feel like that was some of the best work you've done? It was really, really good.
Look, between that, the stuff I did with Will Ospreay, the stuff that I've done with Hangman in the past, and the stuff that I'm doing literally right now with Brody, I feel like this is the best run of my career right now. I feel like this is the hottest I've felt, in a little while. And it's not because I'm not great. Of course I'm great. It's because I just feel like I have more runway. And, right now, people are talking about me in the same reverence as, some of the all-time greats.
They should. I'm being serious.
I appreciate that. And I think the reason why that's happening is because of consistency. Consistency is key. I have been on national television since I was 19 years old, professional wrestling. First, I worked for Major League Wrestling on BN Sports, and now I'm on Warner Brothers Discovery Television, and I have been since I was 23 years old. And I can say beyond a shadow of a doubt, this is the best I've ever been. We've not even reached my prime. I'm not even 30 yet. I'm terrified for everybody. I've got a good 30 more years left in this industry, and we're just getting started.
My last one for you. I'm guessing you feel this way, but maybe not. So I've said that, and it's not even a question. You're right when you say this. MJF is one of the best promo guys already in the history of the business, period. And that's just a fact, and I'm not just saying that because you're here. I would say it if you weren't here. I actually think, because it's almost like a blessing and a curse that you're so good at that, because I actually think you're underrated when it comes to in-ring.
Yeah.
And you've put on, I don't want to do like the star thing, but you put on, because you mentioned Will Ospreay, you've put on unbelievable professional wrestling matches. Daniel Bryan, Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson.
Yes.
So many others. Do you feel like, does that bother you at all? Do you feel like you're underrated when it comes to in-ring?
Not anymore. I think here's the problem. We've seen so many guys in the sport of professional wrestling. Normally, when you're a really great talker, you can't hang in the ring. So it's just people having preconceived notions. It's gotten to the point now where I don't believe that that's an issue anymore. I think people have no choice but to admit that I'm easily bell to bell. I think there's an argument to be made. I'm the best in the ring, too. I don't give a I'll say it. Bleep that. But I'm just like, I'm very proud of my professional wrestling discography, I just had a match with Bandito, which it already, in my opinion, I think it was the best match of the year so far. I won, obviously. And to me, it's only up and up. I think this match against Brody King at Grand Slam Australia is going to be an all-timer, and I think it's going to be an all-timer because I think I might beat this guy in 1 minute. I really do. I think I'm going to beat him in 1 minute with my eye on that ball. We're going to see what happens, though.
If you're a wrestling fan, if you're not a wrestling fan, AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision, tell the people one more time.
All Elite Wrestling, watch it. We are on TBS and TNT. Check your local listings. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.
I was hoping, because if you didn't say that, I was going to say, he's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and
yes.
I think you were going to do it.
No, you don't get to do. You don't intro my catchphrase.
Fair enough. MJF with us here on You Better You Bet. Appreciate the time, my man.
Don't touch me.
MJF joining us here on the show. More show after this.